Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America and liberal Fox News, The Five co-host Jessica Tarlov. She just stunned her co-hosts. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Jessica Tarlov is pretty much on the wrong side of every issue. If you watch The Five, you already know that. I'm not breaking news for you with that revelation. Jessica tends to come down on the wrong side of everything. If there's an 80-20 issue, Jessica's on the 20% side pretty much every time. Whether it be immigration or getting rid of narcotics off our streets or the war against these cartels and taking the fight to them in Venezuela. She's on the wrong side of almost every issue. So when she's on the right side of something, you can imagine how stunning that is, not only for the audience, but for her co-hosts as well. I think Jessica, at heart, is a good person, just very misguided, like every liberal. Doesn't make them bad people. It just means they think in terms of a dream world, and they try to govern as such, instead of working in reality. But this week, Jessica Tarlov called on Jay Jones to step down for his race for Virginia Attorney General. Now, this man fantasized about the demise, and I have to use the word demise, the demise of the Republican Speaker of the House in Virginia, and worse than that, the demise of his small children. He also fantasized about the demise of police officers, and he thought that if harm came to this speaker, if harm came to his children, if harm came to the police, then it would change the way that they act, change the way they vote, change the way they do their jobs. This man now wants to be in charge of law enforcement in the state of Virginia. Tarlov is the only Democrat I've heard so far to call on him to step down. Why? Well, because I believe at my heart, Democrats agree with this guy. They are a party, in my opinion, that believes that violence is a means to an end. I want you to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
Look at that.
Where are you on this? Should he resign?
Well, it wouldn't be resign. He should step down, and I think that he should. I think those texts are completely disqualifying. When I first saw them, I thought, like, oh, is Stephen Miller having a fever dream? And then I was like, no, this is real, that this happened. And I think that it reflects poorly on him as a human being, but also as an elected official and potentially, the most powerful law enforcement official in Virginia. Now, we can all say that, but it doesn't change the fact that early voting has already started and his name is on the ballot, and Abigail Spanberger is up anywhere between 10 and 12 points. And there is a very good chance that Jay Jones still wins this seat, despite the text. And, he's breathed life into her Republican opponent's campaign when she's really been floundering, saying things like, I don't know why people are so upset about the Doge cuts, like it's just a job, et cetera. And now she has a few slick ads that are out tying Spanberger to Jay Jones that I think will hurt her. I don't know what happens then if he ends up winning the seat. I know that there is a lot of anxiety on the part of the Democratic Party that if you have a Republican AG, especially in Virginia, when that is, the epicenter of what Russ Vote wants to do, in terms of making massive cuts, that could be really dangerous to the Democratic agenda, et cetera. But I think you do have to draw a line in the sand, and you have to say, like, we police our side of the street and beg the Republican Party to do the same. And I would love it if we could have a bit of a kumbaya moment and agree that someone like that shouldn't be in there, and you shouldn't make fun of, like, Paul Pelosi for getting a hammer in his skull.
So you're in agreement now that we should do away with early voting?
No.
Yeah, who's the Republican who called for the murder of children? I'd love to know his or her
Kayleigh,
name.
First of all, I gave like a good 2 minutes that everyone could agree with, so let's just have it. But there's obviously a bunch of Republicans, including the president, who's very quick to say we're at war and blaming the radical left, et cetera. And there are Democrats who have also
3-second kumbaya moment that didn't last very long. Last Tuesday, I spoke